So we're here at Into the Wild Outfitters, Sheldon and Tara Dubnyk, the owners, and I love the fact that you guys work together on this. But why don't you start by telling me, how did you get into the outfitting business? What's your background, and what led you to this?
I've always enjoyed and loved hunting and fishing, and I enjoy more watching people succeed in their hunt and fish. So for quite a few years now, I've wanted to have an outfitting business, and we got that opportunity here last year to purchase an existing area, which we did, and we're running our first year here at Hudson Bay. Map of Canada, we're right at the start of the boreal forest, and central, I'd call it, in Saskatchewan on the east side.
Okay, perfect. And how did you get involved in this? You know, you're a wife, a mom, you're in the dentistry business, and you're an outfitter too. And I loved watching you guys work together today as we were out freshening baits. I mean, you were right in it, and just right up to your elbows in bear bait. So how did you get involved?
Just like Sheldon, I've hunted and fished my whole life with my family. And so when we started dating, obviously because he loved it, we have a family that now loves the outdoors. And so because this is his passion, it's my passion too.
That's awesome. So have you ever had any couples come up and hunt yet? Is that something that you would be open to?
Absolutely. I definitely want to go to some of the shows down in the States in the near future. And so hopefully me being there can influence some of the women to come down and enjoy what we have here.
That's terrific. And Sheldon, you've been hunting all your life. You've just started into the outfitting business. So what's your background, and what got you the ability and interest to get into the outfitting business?
I was introduced to the outfitting business from another outfitter when I was about 18 years old, and that's where I learned about outfitting. And I have a few other friends that also have outfitting businesses. So after seeing what they do, that's what made me want to also do this and share my knowledge with others in order for them to succeed in their hunts.
Nice. So why would somebody pick Into the Wild? What separates you from other outfitting businesses, do you think?
I think what really separates us from other outfitting businesses is we're not necessarily just wanting to create a hunt for someone. We're creating an entire atmosphere, all the way from your rooms to your food to trail maintenance to your baits, always freshened up and making sure that we have bears coming in. We also will ask the client, what do you want to hunt for? Do you want a colored bear? Do you want a big old black bear? Do you just want any type of bear? And we actually tell them which is the best week for that to come in. And so far this year, we are on track to be basically 100% in getting our customers the bears that they came here to shoot.
Nice. Well, I can say, you know, we haven't hunted yet, but we've certainly gotten a chance to experience what you just described. The facilities here are beautiful, and you know, we'll show you some of them a little bit later. The food is I can tell I'm not going to lose any weight on this hunt. Norma is wonderful as a cook, and so the experience so far has been amazing. We were out baiting this morning, freshening baits, and we had bear pretty much shooing us away like, please get away from my breakfast. It was a really cool experience to be able to do all of it, and then this afternoon we'll get a chance now to get into the woods and hunt. So that's the atmosphere you're trying to create here?
Yeah, like if somebody wants to experience, you know, coming out and baiting, skinning, everything, I have no issue with somebody wanting to do that, and I will let them come out with us and take part in all of that. Where the next guy, if he just wants to go out and do the hunt and leave the rest up to us, I'm fine with that as well.
Nice. So we talked about you're seeing a lot of first-time hunters. What would you say to a first-time hunter, and to how would they get the most out of the experience here? What should they do?
I'd say take in everything you possibly can. Come with me, set some baits, see different areas, and when it comes to your hunt, shoot the bear that makes you get excited when it comes in. Doesn't have to be the biggest bear, doesn't have to be the prettiest bear, but when that bear walks in and your heart starts going, that's the bear you should take for a first time bear hunter.
Nice. So once somebody has a chance to take the bear, then what happens? There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you take care of from that at that point. Tell me about that.
So obviously, we will go out and track the bear down and recover it, which sometimes can be a little tough because we do have some thick woods. So we do our very best to get the bear back to camp and not have to skin it out in the bush. After we get the bear back, we definitely like taking pictures and stuff for the client so that they got that memory. And then we ask them what their overall, what they want done with the bear when it comes to taxidermy, whether it's a full mount, half mount, rug, etc. And then we will do the proper cuts, skin out that bear and get it froze up for them. They have the opportunity to use our local taxidermists that we prefer, Cuss Creek Taxidermy out of Willowbrook, Saskatchewan, or they have the opportunity to take it back home with them as well. We also offer cutting the meat out for them to take home, so we'll cut it out, put it in some game bags, freeze it up for them, and they can put it on some ice to get home.
Nice. So how do people find you?
There's many ways for them to find us. Social media, of course, our website. We do attend some shows in the US. This past year we were in Green Bay at the All Canada show, and we were in Portland as well at the Sportsman's Expo there. We will be going back to Green Bay this year for their show and possibly taking in another show somewhere else.
What are some of the other things that somebody should know about as they're preparing to come here?
I think what they need to prepare for is definitely, if they're archery hunting, make sure that they are practicing. The kill zone on a bear isn't that big, and it's a very, very tough animal. So definitely practice shooting. Another thing is look at the list of stuff that I send and bring it, because we do have stores here in Hudson Bay that you can purchase it. I try to keep as much extra stock as possible to lend people if needed. But it's very important to bring that stuff because the weather changes day to day here and the hunt changes day to day. So you sometimes need everything on that list.
Okay, nice. What would you say is the number one thing to prepare for?
Just like Sheldon said, shot placement, knowing and being confident in your shot, and just mentally preparing. The adrenaline that comes when you see a bear, just like Sheldon said, your heart starts pumping, you get pretty nervous up there. So mentally and knowing where to shoot to not just injure a bear is most important to me and probably to Sheldon. Nice.
You run trail cameras, so you keep an eye on your bear population, and so how do you pick where you're going to place your hunters?
Depending on the time of year, our first couple of weeks we usually can pick out which stands have they're going after a big bear, which stands have those bears there, because they've just come out of hibernation, they're hungry, they have no food source they're eating. Our third week is when we usually tell our color phased hunters to come, whoever wants to shoot a color bear, because we know which baits those bears are hitting. And then our rut season, I like to look at which sows are around that have last year's cubs, and we're going to kind of target those stands because those cubs are going to get kicked away soon, and also bring in the big boars, which usually get killed those couple weeks.
So what else would you like to say to somebody? What would cause them to pick Into the Wild over somebody else? What kind of a closing argument would you make?
Next year shaping up that we're probably going to be sold out here just from previous clients that we had our first year here. We offer our previous clients first crack at next season, where we already have some bookings taking place, and they have till the end of June to place their deposit down for next year. We do have a lot of people that were here this year bringing people back with them, so we know that we did something right this year.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great sign that when somebody brings their friends back, then you know you've done something well. But you have a great combination of hunting, because we've seen bears already just moseying around, adjusting baits, running down four-wheeler trails, and food is terrific. Accommodations are wonderful, and I think your attitude of you want your customers to just have a whole experience that is a terrific hunt, along with great food and great atmosphere and great accommodations. I think you've hit the nail on the head. What else would you say to that?
You come here as a hunter and you leave as a friend, and at the end of your hunt, you're going to want to come back again. I can tell you that time and time again, you probably will want to come back here.
Each hunter will definitely have a hunt of a lifetime.